The following program is intended for mature audiences.
Laughing
at
birds.
Welcome. Fucking muted. It's fucking muted. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. My bad shape this morning, dude. Give me a second. I gotta rub this shit on my fucking back because I'm not doing anything right now until I feel like I can kind of move, dude. I haven't been putting this shit on so early because I like to do this and then go take a shower. Not today. Not today, dude. I can't. I fucking. As soon as my fucking eyeballs open, bro, I was like, oh, is it gonna be one of those? It's gonna be one of those today, is it? And like, this is. Look at. This is how you know. This is how you know I actually use it. I bought this shit in the beginning of the month. And it's the 23rd and I'm almost out. This is the longest this ever has lasted me, though. Because you're only supposed to use, like, that much. But me, I like to feel like I'm burning at the stake, you know? Fucking turn that shit all the way up, bro. Are you crazy? I'm in pain. That's what I do. Oh, fuck, dude. It hurts to even move, man. But you have to force yourself to do it. Because if you don't, then everything stiffens up even worse. And if you think it hurts now, just wait till you don't fucking move it. Okay. Okay, alright. Alright, I did it. And I brought with me the shittiest paper towels ever made from the dollar store. How I know they're the shittiest ones ever made is because I never have seen thinner paper towels in my life, man. Never. Ridiculous. Now what's going to happen is I'm not going to get this shit off my hands all the way. I'm going to touch my mouse. Later on, I'm going to touch my fucking eyeball. And then it's going to be on fire. That's how this going to work. I already know. I'm going to have to just... I knew it. I tried in my dumb brain. I thought, let me get my fucking hand sanitizer and my paper towel. And then I won't have to do that. But you can't cut corners, bro. You have to. Let's just see if I'm curious to see if it will work. Those don't smell good together. Smells like lemons. Don't do that. Don't do that at all. No good. Alright, we're gonna have to wash my hands, man. Like you're involved. Like you're involved. Put some of this shit. You're not supposed to do this. Don't do what I do. But I don't care what the directions say. Because there's mint in this shit. It kind of opens up. It's like, Vicks kind of. Even though it's definitely not supposed to be used like that. It works though, dude. I'll be able to breathe in a minute better than I did now. See, it says apply a small amount to your skin to soothe and moisturize. Reapply as needed. 1/2 a teaspoon contains 50 grams of CBD. Consult your doctor if you've been advised against eating grapefruits, and do not use if the tamper seal is broken. Cruelty free. What? Formulated without a whole bunch of words I don't know how to pronounce. I guess. Oh shit, they put an expiration date on this. Well, duh. You know, in New Jersey, everything has to have an expiration date. It's a law, dude. Did you know that? I didn't know that. I was trying to figure out why the fuck does my water have an expiration date. And it turns out that's why. That's why. Because everything, apparently, at some point, the state tried to get away with selling bad shit. So the remedy to that, because the people didn't want to listen and put dates on shit properly, they were like, oh cool, we'll just put a date on every fucking thing then. And make it mandatory for every product in the state to have a fucking expiration date. What do you think about that, motherfucker? I love the, dude, you know what? I don't agree with my state on a lot of things, dude, but I like our attitude. Our, fuck you attitude, dude. I really do appreciate where I live sometimes. My fucking hockey team, dude. My fucking hockey team tagged my governor because there's a sign on the wall that it's a picture of New Jersey. The state is a symbol, right? And then next to it, and this is a big sign, but right next to it says, "We don't like you either." They tagged the governor like, "Hey, does that shit come in red, dude?" It's very on brand. Speaking of which, speaking of being on brand, I'm fucking. Tell you something, dude. Tell you something, guy. Oh, please. Is this it? No. No, it's not. Bro, it's not Monster Town. What is it, dude? What is it, dude? I just watched it last night. What the fuck is it called? Because I'm telling you, woo, I'm so sick of this shit. And I don't care what anybody says. I don't care what anybody says, and I'm gonna let my LGBTQ fucking friends. I added a fuck in there because I felt like there's probably more letters that I'm not aware of. So if I throw a fuck in, kind of offsets the balance or whatever the thing is. This is for your own good. This is for your own good. You might not want to hear it. But somebody's got to fucking tell you how it is. So I guess that's got to be me. Okay, alright. What do we do? I don't know. I got an idea. Why don't we look it up, stupid ass? I think I have the deal on my thing. Yes, I do. So my watch history should be on here. Borderland, that's a Netflix show, I think. It's a foreign show, Polish, I think. Bad hair, Are you fucking joking me? What did I say? Monster Town, I said. You know what it's called? Do you know what it's called? Take a guess. I'll wait. Oh, excuse me. It's one word. Excuse me. Look it. Hey, none of that, please. I only want to see things I've seen already. None of that, please. Let's not. And say we did, yeah? Even though I want to fucking punch this show in its fucking head sometimes for being fucking stupid. Let me explain to you what I mean, and I'll leave that shit right up there for a moment. Alright, check this out. Is that you right there? That's you right there. Hold on, let me pull this motherfucker up, dude. Oh, and you too. You too, you fucking son of a bitch. I got words for you too, but we'll get to her in a second. This is about you right now. You see this motherfucker right here laying on the ground, dude. But why though? Where do I start? Where do I start? There's so many fucking issues. Where do I start? Alright. You know what? Matter of fact, just before anybody gets any fucking ideas, let's move that out of the way. Does this look weird? Does it not feel right? I don't think that's right. I don't want to be in the center of anything, right? Just kind of in the corner. Will you stop it? Will you stop it? All right. Here we go. Are you ready? All right. I want to open up by saying, which is never the way you want to start anything. I have no problem with gay people on any side of the fucking thing, or trans people. For the record, I understand it's a different thing. But let's put them in this as well. You know, transgender people, I know it's a different thing. Alright. Fuck, man. Well, if you stop making everything so goddamn complicated, maybe it would be a little easier for the rest of us fucking squares to follow along. Alright, seriously. I have no issue with anybody that represents any fucking letter on the calendar thing, whatever. Working, acting, whatever it is. I'm for all of that. Here's what I'm against, dude. And I bitched about this before, and I bitched about it last night at 2 in the fucking morning, screaming at the goddamn television, where Jenna's like, dude, shut up! You know that a bunch of our neighbors are fucking lesbians, right? They're gonna hear you. I went, good! I hope they fucking do. I hope they do, because this is for you, not me. Well, it is for me too. I'm not gonna sit here and fucking pretend it ain't. Here's what I mean. Okay. Spoiler alert. I'm gonna talk about this fucking episode. Any other episode. So if you haven't seen Monsterland, Border Town, Monster Town, what's it called? Monsterland, then get the fuck out of here. Well, you're already gone. We're 12 minutes in. Most people only last 5 minutes. So good for me. Good for you. Good for everybody involved. If you're still here, once again, Return of the Mac. These fucking lazy writers, dude. You know what? This one's not on the writers. Yet. It's not on the writers yet. Because we will get to you. Don't you worry about that, sweetheart. We will get to you because you got an ass whooping coming, son. You could believe that. Now, this one is to whoever picks the cast. Now, I want to put this out there right now. I enjoyed watching whoever was picked for these roles. I'm not saying this because I don't want them to work. I'm not saying this because they were not very good, because they weren't. Their performances were great. As a matter of fact, they pulled it out of me, dude. When they did dumb shit, it aggravated me. So, they pulled me in. I appreciate that. I'm just tired of seeing the same unrealistic nonsense. First of all, why is it that you think you gotta have some box smashing action to get me to pay attention? And I know it's not directed to me because I would turn this shit off. I mean, I already told you where I'm at on all that, which is odd considering my fucking situation in life, but I don't get it, dude. I don't get it. Why does it always have to be too skinny? Not always white, but 98% of the time, too skinny fucking airbrushy white bitches. Now, don't get me wrong. These girls, women, ladies, whatever you want to fucking call them, were more normal looking than usual, right? So, okay, I got that. But it's like unnecessary make out scenes to make it seem like they're getting ready to fuck, even though they're not, just to keep attention. Bro, give me a story, man. Give me a story, son. How about this? How about this? Why don't you show me? Why don't you show me? Why don't you show me two ugly looking bras that are kind of fat that are into each other, almost fucking in a fucking bar bathroom? Why don't you show me some of that? That I would be, you know why I would appreciate that? Because that would be at least real. Not every fucking lesbian that walks the face of the planet is skinny, bro. You know what I mean? They all don't look like that. It's fucking, that shit bothers me, dude. Because I feel like I'm not, I sound like such a fucking asshole saying this probably, but you know, where's the fucking real representation? I feel like when people do that, they do it just for attention grab. Like, you really don't care about those people. You're just doing it to drive your ratings. Or you want to be inclusionary. Even worse. Even worse. You want to include them. So you throw them on the roster. Not because they're any good. Again, I'm not saying these people were bad, because they weren't. On the contrary, they did very well. You know, but they throw them in just to throw them in. For the sake of being inclusionary, whatever the fuck word is, dude. I'm not into that. So anyway, and now it gets worse. Now that I've got the initial rant out of the way, I understand. Maybe they do that. Maybe they do that because I can hear the argument. I can hear the argument already. Well, straight people have sex all the time. Yes, and it's unnecessary when they do it too. I don't need James Bond to fuck every fucking lady that he comes across in the goddamn movie. Shaken or stir, latex or what's the other? Latex or sheepskin. That's what he should say when he walks up to the bar. Not, I don't need a martini. I need a rubber because my fucking dick hole is on fire. I shouldn't. I shouldn't have raw dogged that last one in Colombia. Whoa! Why Colombia, you racist? Because it was the first country that popped into my head, that's why. Sometimes it's just luck of the draw. Okay, other bad things have happened to Colombia. They produced Pablo Escobar. Well, that's not bad. That was great for the cocaine trade. It kind of put Colombia on the map, I suppose. Anyway. So, it's unnecessary. The sex thing is unnecessary, and that shit bothers me, because then what you're telling me is that your writing is so fucking lazy. Your writing is so lazy that you need fireworks to keep people's attention. That's what you're telling me. That's what you're telling me by doing that. Maybe you don't realize it. Oh, no. We want equal screen time because straight people have been fucking for decades on the screen. So, why can't we? I'm with all that. Every time. I fast forward right through it, dude. And yes, I fast forward through it when straight people do it too. Especially when it's not fucking... when is it necessary? That's a good question. When is a sex scene necessary? You know what? If a couple in a movie is trying to have a baby, right? And maybe they're struggling with it. If you were to show them going through the process of trying to do that, that would make sense because there's a purpose for it. Or even, you know, like a gay couple going to fucking get the artificial insemination, or you know, I don't know, fucking adoption or whatever. And you know, in the you see what I'm trying to say. You know, you could work around it, but people don't. They're fucking lazy. So anyway, we get about 10 minutes of fucking cruel intentions bullshit collectively. And here's the part that bothers me, dude. They go home. These girls go home, and apparently they've been together for 15 years, which, ironically, it's weird. You know what? I have to say this for the record. I didn't realize how long 15 years was until I heard somebody on the television say it about a fake relationship. And I was like, wow, I guess 15 years is a long fucking time. Like some people, because the dude behind the counter says the gayest shit you could say. He says the gayest shit you could say. Well, how long you guys been together? That's not the gay part. How long you guys been together? Then we're gonna look at each other like a couple homos. Well, you are, but I joke. But seriously, let's stare at each other like we're in love. People don't do that. When people ask me how long me and Jen been together, I go, no. No, I don't. I don't do that. I don't stare at her and like, well, we've been in love for 15 years. I'd be like, 15 years. Yep. You hear that? That if you haven't thought about killing her, you're not really there. You're not really there. If you haven't woken up with a knife hovering over your jugular, what? No, I'm joking. That never happened. I don't. Yeah, I had to think about that for a minute. That never happened. Okay. Let me stop fucking around. You know, they look at each other all lovingly. We've been together for 15 years. Oh, well, hold on, please. I take too long to get to the goddamn point.
Wow, who was raising these kids?
The following program is intended for mature audiences.
Thank you and welcome to
The UK,
New Jersey Project.
the views, information, and opinions expressed by BC, HQ, and Jack of One Trade do not reflect those of any other podcaster, YouTuber, or production company. Destroying your favorite movies, one review at a time. Cheers.
What's going on, everyone? BCHQ.
I'm an Englishman. I stand here in front of you as a representative of all of them.
Alright. Fuck. Chicken head. So, what was I talking about? Oh, yeah, lazy writing. So, dude, you know, these chicks are staring at each other. I'm like, oh, we've been in love for 15 years. And then immediately, when I see anybody do that, even people really in real life out in the wild, if I see two people do that, they're like, oh, we've been together for 15 years. I think to myself, like, that, you like how that was like Louisiana all of a sudden. I immediately imagine that as soon as they get in eyesight where other people can't see them, one of them punches the other one as hard as they can. Just because. Because I don't, you know, that just seems phony to me. I understand some people are like that, and if you catch me on the right day, I may even give you a fucking, well, I doubt that. I probably would still, even in a good mood, I would probably still say some backhanded nonsense, you know, just to try to be funny. But anyway, so they get home from the bar and they are fucking smash brothered up, dude. It is no good. Like, can't even, barely can get through the fucking door, right? And now, of course, you have You have the personality that is more relaxed, I suppose, and the other personality who is not, for lack of a better term. There's a reason for this, which we're going to get to in a second. But I do want to get to this point. They're already hammered. They get home. So now the wife, I guess, I don't know how does that work? Is it wife and wife? Yes, that's how it works. I think. Who fucking knows? I don't know. I'm not a look, dude. I'm not a politically correct dude. All right. So just don't break my balls, please. You know, I'm for everybody. Just don't yell at me unnecessarily. I mean, if I say some wild shit, I get it. But if I don't know what the right fucking term is, can you just fucking cut me a little bit of slack and work with me here? You know, educating people is not necessarily the worst thing in the world for you to fucking do. Instead of just yelling at everybody to just automatically have everything right all the fucking time. Alright, hold on, give me a second. Alright, so they go in and the wife goes to climb. Well, she doesn't go to, she does. She climbs the counter. Now, immediately you notice there's baby locks on the cabinets. And I'm like, oh, well, they must have kids, right? You would think that. They must have children. And then the more time goes on, and by the time going on, I mean seconds, not minutes, because this whole thing maybe took about 2.5 minutes to happen. You know, she climbs up there, she's trying to open it, and she can't open it. Which, I have a rule. Let's say I wanted to take one of these, because I was in pain. If I can't open this fucking bottle, I'm not allowed to have it. That's my rule. That's my fucking rule. If you can't open it, you can't have it. I think that's a very simple rule, right? Right? If you can't open the cabinet, you can't have whatever is in there. Because clearly, you don't need it. You're already banged up. You don't need more. Anyway, dude, fucking... So... She's talking to her wife. I don't know the character names, dude. I should look them up. But I fucking won't. Because I'm lazy. That's why. So, you know, one says to the other, like, come on, man. Now, the wife is, you know, I don't know their names, dude. I don't know their names. But to call one black hair and another one blonde hair, because that's what they had, kind of, you know. Oh, let me look up their goddamn names. And just, no fucking... Nope. Oh, please. Alright. Fucking crap, man. Yeah, the dude from Ozarks is in this. You know, the kid from Ozarks is in this. If I can find the lady who, okay, Roberta Colindres, American Mexican actress, writer known for her original role in Joan in the musical Fun Home and TV show I Love Dick and Pete. I have no idea. Wow, you're 34? Holy shit. That's crazy. I mean, not really, but I never expect that. So you're literally, she's Jen's age, dude. That's wild. Alright, where's your wife? Is this you? Are you the wife? Let me take a look at you. Yes, you are. You're 36. You're my age. How you like that? That's crazy. Taylor Jane Shillings, American actress, known for her role as Piper Chapman on the Netflix original. Oh, that's where I know you from. I hate that fucking show, dude. Annoying. I know people love it. I mean, but then again, the whole thing is based on a fucking woman's jail, dude. Like, of course I'm not gonna like it. But okay, that's why I know you. Alright, so what are your character names? How come you ain't telling me? Oh, wait, that's right, because, you know, we're not looking at the thing, the show. So, Taylor and Roberta. That don't sound right. Don't they got shorter names? Yes, I'm sure they do. IMDb is going to charge me. And it's, you know what? You know what? I'm just going to use their real names. I'm just going to use their real names. Because you ain't going to tell me. It's probably not even going to be listed. Yeah. It's not even listed. How ridiculous is that? I don't even know when this shit came out, but the fact... Are you Boardwalk Empire? No way. Did I just see that for real? Yeah! She was in Boardwalk Empire. I love Boardwalk Empire. That's my shit, dude. This show is great. I would definitely watch other things that she has been in, because she's really good. You know. Alright, anyway. I'm off topic here. Scary British horror movies to keep you up at night. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. It's not nice to eavesdrop on conversations people have in private. Google, Alexa, fucking whatever the other asshole's name is, Sirius. No, I know it's Siri. I'm joking, and I don't mean to. I try not to say it in a way that would activate everybody's deals. So, you know, apologies for that. Anyway, so Roberta and what's her name? Roberta and Taylor is up on the counter trying to open the cabinet, and Roberta is on the bottom going, dude, listen, we don't need it. It's been, you know, we've had a great night. We're both kind of banged. Why don't we just leave it? Why don't we just leave it here? There's no reason to get, you know, even more fucked up. Now, this is where I'm about to get aggravated, but we'll get there in a minute. Really? Because it's taken you 32 so far, and I still don't know what's going on. I'm sorry, do you have anywhere more important to be? Yeah, shut up. Okay, so Roberta's like, dude, we've done it, we did it, the statement's been made, white America, we don't need to keep doing this. And Taylor is like, come on, just a little bit, it's our anniversary, right? We only get one. And we only get one 15-year anniversary. Come on. And it's like, you know, like really, like all right. Maybe just one. And she's like, yeah. No, this is to keep things fun in year 16. You know, a real douchebag thing to say. To your fucking wife, bro. Asshole of a person. Ooh, you have no idea. You're about to find out. So here's where the writing that really fucking aggravates me comes in. Okay, they grab out the wine bottle because apparently that's what's in there. It's a wine. Oh no, I'm sorry. The wine bottle wasn't behind the baby lock. What was behind the baby lock was a wine opener. You know, the thing that you do this shit and then you pull the cork out with, that thing was in there. So now immediately, because you're like, oh, they must have kids. And then as soon as you see her pull that out, you're like, oh, she's an alcoholic. That's what this is. So, Yep. Back here. Jack of Wood Trade, Laughing at Birds podcast. Quick question. If you're married to an alcoholic, why do you have alcohol in your fucking house? Now, wait a minute. I know what you're gonna say. Just because somebody's an alcoholic doesn't necessarily mean that they can't be around alcohol. I mean, I kind of think that's a douchebag thing to do. You know, if I'm around somebody who doesn't drink, I'm not gonna drink. That's just a rude thing to do. You don't need to tempt, you know? I mean, I understand people make their own decisions, but, I mean, come on. You know? But anyway, so they have the alcohol, right? And now they're drinking. And of course, they bring it back to the bedroom, and they're about to start fucking. To which I'm like, fuck this shit. I'm fast forwarding this whole thing because let's get to the important part. I went to middle school. I watched gay fucking lesbian porn before. I know the whole situation. I know what it looks like. You know, I get it. I'm not impressed. Next. To their credit, turns out that they're actually not about to have a fucking hot box smash action, dude. They instead decide that, you know, this is going to turn into a fucking argument. Not sure why, to be honest. They were kissing each other and everything seemed to be going all right, and out of nowhere, an argument has started. So now Taylor is off of the bed and she's in the bedroom. Now, here's the important part. Did you hear that? That is weird. The dog is passed out, and the cat is busy licking her fucking box. So, you know, and Jen's passed out. So, you know, I don't know what the fuck that was. Probably was me. Alright, where was I at? Shit. Oh, yeah. Taylor is pacing 15 years. That's what it was. So, the thing that they show, which makes absolutely no sense, is in the middle of this happening, a screen goes black, and in brown letters says 15 years ago. And now we're in a flashback, I guess, right? And now, they're arguing with each other. And we come to find out through this argument that Taylor is bipolar 1. You know, or as she put it, you know, bipolar, you know, the fun kind, but not so fun kind. Yes, I know. Believe me, I know. I live with and am one of those people. So, I know. Anyway, shows in the beginning of the relationship, basically. They flash back to Taylor, Roberta does some Me Too shit. 100%. If this shit came out of the mouth of a man, there would be riots in the fucking street, bro. Riots in the street, dude. Fucking... Apparently Taylor called Roberta up and was like, look, dude, It's cool. We've been dating for like 6 months, but I gotta wrap this shit up, son. I gotta go. I can't do this with you no more. So Taylor fucking, I mean, Roberta fucking shows up to her house, right? She knocks on the door. Taylor opens the door and she goes, "What are you doing here? Did you not get my mess?" And before she could even finish her fucking sentence, Roberta goes, Yep, I got it." Walks into her apartment. What? For one. Two, really? So she walks into her apartment and a beeline straight for the refrigerator, which is, I don't know, one of the most disrespectful fucking things you can do. You didn't get my messages, all this. So she's like, yeah, no. Oh, you mean the message about how, I care for you and I've had fun in the 6 months, but, I can't do this with you? You mean that one? You mean the breakout message that you left in my fucking voicemail? It got me to thinking. If you, after 6 months, can just unilaterally make a decision that we're broken up, then I thought I could come over here and unilaterally decide to myself that we're not broken up and that we're together. And she said something along those lines, right? So then Taylor's like, "Look, dude, I can't do this with you. I can't do it. You don't understand. Alright, this is not normal for me. Right now, it's all fun. Right now, it's all fun. Right? And she pulls a basket down from the refrigerator. And they're in separate places, I should add. But anyway, so she puts the basket down and she continues on to be like, "I'm going to therapy. The last time I had an episode, I was naked, half screaming and half singing through my apartment complex until the cops came." Basically. And then she goes into this basket and she goes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Puts 6 fucking bottles down on the deal and she says, "These," she does this shit. She does this shit. And like, it's sad that I have the amount of pills that I can do what she did. But that's a separate conversation for another fuck day. So she goes, "Look, dude, this is what it is. These medicines, they work when they want. So, basically you have no fucking idea what you're getting yourself into." And Roberta is like, "Okay, I love you, so it doesn't matter." Now, on paper, sure, it sounds like a great idea. Speaking from experience, you done fucked up, son. That's what happened. You done fucked up. Now look, I know it, you know it. It's just what it unfortunately, mental illness is a motherfucker, dude. And it is not something that is easily dealt with. As a matter of fact, it's one of the most exhausting fucking things that you could do. In my opinion, anyway, for what the fuck that's worth, which is not a whole lot. But anyway, Taylor continues on to be like, "I go to my therapist, blah, blah, blah. They tell me to get plants, and so I bought a fern, and it worked for a little while, until it didn't anymore." So basically, the whole speech was for nothing. Because You know, this lady Roberta doesn't care. I love you, so right now it doesn't matter. I don't care. But you do. You're not thinking about it, but, you know, we'll get to that. Anyway, so now we get that flashback, and then apparently we go back into the present day without any announcement at all whatsoever. We just go. Now Taylor is pacing back and forth in the room. She got a wine bottle in her hand, and, you know, emotions are running high. The argument starts, whatever. And now she decides that she's going to fucking just storm into the bathroom, whatever. Now, apparently, throughout this relationship, what you need to know is shortly after they got together, they decided to move in with one another, which is one of the worst things you could do for your relationship. Honestly. I'm not trying to say nothing bad about Jen, but it's true. You want to fuck up your relationship, move in together. It sounds like a great idea on paper. The bills are cheaper. It's not a good idea. Stay fucking separated in your own places, and you'll be much happier. If you want to have her over a couple nights, whatever, but don't do it. I'm telling you, 15 years in, I got the stripes to prove it, motherfucker. Believe me. Believe me. It ain't worth it. It ain't worth it. You're better off. And even if you think everything is going great now, dude, I'm telling you, it's just much easier. It's much easier. I bet you it's a fucking realtor that came up with the idea of getting motherfuckers to move in together. Wouldn't you think then a realtor would make more money off of 3 houses instead of 1? Yeah, but you know as well as I do that single people would trade in their small places and get a big place together. Commission, dude. Think about it. Anyway, there's a whole lot that goes into this fucking story. Basically, the bipolar thing, you know, she is trying on numerous occasions to kill herself. So much so that apparently, we're supposed to understand over the course of 15 years, this has been a thing that has happened on multiple occasions, where Roberta has been forced to, when she's not pulling her back from the edge of trying to kill herself, she's trying to save her from the attempt of killing herself, which has happened multiple times. Pills, alcohol, fucking, you know, cutting, whatever it is. And now, you know, Roberta is getting to the point where, you know, she's resenting Taylor for this. That's what this argument basically is. And they have children together, for the record. I should mention this because, you know, in the argument it's mentioned pretty early on they have kids together. Like, you know, the argument starts because the kid texts Roberta and you know, Taylor is like, you know, but you sent our fucking kids away to some place, whatever. And then the argument starts like, yeah, I sent her away, dude, because you're a fucking nut job. Basically, in a nutshell, that's what she said. You know, you traumatize our fucking kid and suicide attempts and all this selfish bullshit, and you want to subject our child to that? The fuck is the matter with you? Essentially, right? And now, you know, she said, you know, like, well, I told you that this is what it was, blah, 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 all that shit. Anyway, she storms out. She goes in the fucking bathroom. And what do you think happens? Right? Alright, well, maybe you're right, maybe you're wrong. I really can't hear you. I didn't work that out too well. So, she goes into the bathroom. Now, we go backwards again, and we see how they met in a debate team in college, I guess, whatever. You know, useless fucking flashbacks to move a story along because, you know, whatever fuck reason. Anyway, long story short, Roberta hears bathtub water sloshing around. So she opens up the bathroom door, which we'll get to my list of issues. We'll get to my list of fucking issues. But you hear the bath water. So you open the door. You look in the tub. And your fucking wife is floating in the water. And she's cut her wrist open in the bathtub. Terrible. 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 Horrible, horrible thing. Horrible thing. So, Roberta backs out of the bathroom slowly. Back out slowly with the hoagies and nobody would get hurt by your motions, you know? So, she backs out slowly, dude. And just appears to, I guess, ignore what has happened, and goes to, rather than assist her wife, she grabs a brush and she starts to scrub the wine stain out of the carpet where Taylor done dropped the bottle earlier, right? While they were arguing about her being her overly drinking and all the damage that this shit has done to the relationship and the children and the blah 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 blah, all that. Hold on. Alright, so all that shit. Now, in the middle of scrubbing the fucking floor, apparently Taylor took a trip to the pet cemetery while nobody was paying attention, because here comes Zombo Taylor coming out of the fucking bathwater. Hot water burn baby, right? That's what this shit is. So she comes out of the fucking tub, and she's in a fucking onesie. Not a onesie, a teddy, whatever they call it. You know, them short, silky little dresses. You know, she in one of those deals. Now, I don't know why. I guess they chose that outfit because of the simulant that it shows when she comes out of the bathroom. Because she's just kind of standing there dripping. And Roberta's scrubbing the carpet. She turns around and she sees that Taylor is standing there. So, you know, she has a bit of a fucking thing. Like, oh my God, you know, this whole thing has been just a terrible thing that has happened. Whatever. Right. You know, Taylor comes out of the bathroom, dude, and all right here in the bottom of her lip and up here is blue. Clearly she's dead. We know this, yeah. I guess she drunk, whatever happened, she's dead now. So now we're dealing with the pet cemetery rules because, you know. So she goes, Roberta's like, alright Taylor, let's sit you down at the bar and figure this thing out, essentially. And now, you know, she's like, I'm having trouble remembering, dude. Because I know she sits her down at the thing, and then I'm pretty sure she's like, they have a conversation, right? And then I think we get thrown into another flashback of their lives together, which is kind of unnecessary at this point, because the most interesting thing that is happening is your fucking wife has come from the pet cemetery, and she's sitting in your kitchen. I think that's a little bit more important than a fucking stupid flashback, but what do I know, right? Basically, fast forwarding, you know, Bert is like, dude, I gotta go. I gotta go to work, son. I gotta get the fuck out of here. You gonna be alright? Like, by yourself? I know you're blue. And I should call somebody. But I'm not gonna. Instead, I'm gonna go to fucking work, dude. Oh, you cocksucker. I need to find my fucking allergy medicine, dude. This is no good. Anyway. I'm going to work. So she goes to work, and it gives us a montage of her doing her meeting and the sale thing. Apparently, she's in some type of business where I think she's trying to develop land. Something is happening, right? Big corporation, looks like the whole deal. She's on the Bluetooth, she's important, all that. So Bert gets home now after a full day of working, and Taylor is still... Oh, she wanted to do a scrapbook. Why? I don't know. Maybe it's to make it easier to fucking go down memory lane. Who the fuck knows? Bert leaves Taylor sitting at the bar with a Sharpie in her hand. Well, that's... You know what? The one thing I will give the writers... is the sarcastic, shitty attitude that Taylor has. And even to a degree that Bert has throughout this. Like, when they get shitty with each other, I feel that is the most genuine part of their relationship as far as the show is concerned, because we've had exchanges like this. I mean, you know what it is already, but Bert goes to leave for work, and she's like, I'm gonna go to work. Are you gonna be okay by yourself? And Taylor looks at Bert with a straight face, and she goes, I don't know. I got stickers and a Sharpie. It might get crazy. Which, I mean, come on. That's funny. That's funny. The jokes are on point. The sarcasm is on point. I appreciate that, and I co-sign all of it. But, unfortunately, the sarcasm and ball busting doesn't overcome some of the heavy-handedness of this fucking shit. So anyway, Bert comes back from work, dude, and Taylor's in the same spot with doing this shit with a Sharpie in her fucking hand, has not moved. House is pitch black, still blue, and that's it. Nothing's happening, dude. So Bert goes to Taylor. What's going on? You alright? You good? You look like you're in the same spot I left you in. And she's staring at the book, and she's just like, I don't know who that is. And we don't know either, because they don't tell us. And they don't show us who is in the book. We just have to assume the one character knows the other character should know who is in the fucking book. What's in the book? I did that shit too. You want to look in the box? What's in the box? Nobody's here. I did it for me. I said it for me. Jen don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. But I did that shit. I did that shit. So, So she just, fall into fucking pieces, dude. Bert is like, what the fuck, right? Trying to live normal. Now, like, your girlfriend's blue, dude. Or your wife, rather. Your wife is blue, dude. Like, what are you doing? Like, at no point now are we gonna do anything at all. The Pet Cemetery thing is just okay. That this is what's happening, I guess, right? So as time goes on, you know, the Pet Cemetery situation is becoming more of a Pet Cemetery situation, where, you know, this bitch is falling apart. She's falling the fucking apart at the goddamn Seamus Taylor is. It's no good. It's fucking horrific is what it is. And it's very inconsistent, by the way. Very inconsistent. I want to get to that as well. But real quick, why would you if you know, or let's just say your wife is not an alcoholic, even though I'm pretty sure that she is. It's safe to assume that she is. If you know that you're with somebody who has indulgent problems, right, they can't stop themselves, and then they have a problem, their go-to solution is alcohol. That's their go-to solution. You keep a bottle in your house. After 15 years, you keep a bottle in your house. Why? Like, I really don't understand that. Maybe this is me. Maybe this is an individual thing. I feel like, dude, if Jen had a fucking issue, whatever it was, wouldn't be in this fucking house. You understand? I'm not gonna enable her to fuck her life up. That's just not... I can't do that. You know. One of these things is not like the other. It had nothing to do with it. Anyway, go back to the Pet Cemetery thing. So, now... they're fucking... apparently seasons have passed, by the way. It was apparently in the middle of summer when this shit started. And now we're in the dead of winter. We just kept you up on that little fucking fact there. So, this broad is falling apart. Clearly, she's in bad shape. She does not look good. And the more time goes by, the worse she is getting. Things just don't look right. Now, I don't know, I guess this lady is not sleeping, she just kind of sits around while Bert goes about doing her day-to-day life, I suppose. Right? Except now, fast forward, I'm going through the parts that really stick out in my mind. So if I'm missing some shit here or there, watch the fucking show. You know? Look at the fuck. So, there's one scene in particular that really fucking bothers me. They're sitting at the table, and Bert's trying to get Taylor to eat, and she's trying to carry on like everything is normal, outside of the fact that it's fucking not, right? Like, she's dead, son. Call somebody, anybody. No. Instead, she pours some wine, of all things, and puts an Italian dinner in front of this fucking... I was gonna say half dead, but she's not half dead. She's fucking undead. Put a plate of spaghetti in front of this undead motherfucker. And then hits the music. Now, I don't know why. For some reason, the music triggers loud, high-pitched ringing in Taylor's ears. So the music is dead. She's not eating. She just is existing in this rotting, undead state that she's in. So now Taylor is getting even more... Bert's getting even more aggravated, dude. Because she's like, bro, this shit is enough, dude. You know, why does this always gotta... Basically, why does everything always gotta be about you? Essentially, is what's happening here, right? So, at one point, Taylor's sitting there, and she's doing this shit. Where she just kind of like, yeah, alright, I don't want to eat, I don't want to do anything, whatever, and her head does this. Like that. And when her head does that, her fucking left eye pops out and falls into the spaghetti. Now, I'm looking at this, and I'm like, ugh. And Jen's like, ew, that's fucking gross. And I'm like, yeah, I'm sure it's gonna get way worse, right? And of course, it's like the girl's eye falls out. So what does Bert do? She grabs this fucking broad. She basically puts her in a full Nelson. And then, oh wait, that's what it was. One of the neighbors shows up, knocks on the door. So now she's got to grab Taylor in a full Nelson. And Bert basically drags her into their daughter's room, which Taylor doesn't recognize. Because we got to hammer it in. We know she's undead, dude. Does it surprise you that she doesn't know where the fuck her daughter's room is? Right? She doesn't know who Bert is at this point. She doesn't know anything other than she don't feel good and she don't feel like herself. Oh, and by the way, she has 2 huge vertical fucking slices in her wrist, by the way, which Bert has wrapped. Now one of the neighbors shows up with what a fucking shit dog and goes, yo, I heard some. Now this is fucked up because Jen mentioned this, which is what made me realize this. But she says, no, I heard screaming coming from your house. Is everything all right? And Bert's like, yeah, everything's fine, dude. You know, I got a little crazy. That's all. Whatever excuse that she gave her. Then the lady says, oh, well, you know, basically, after so many words, she goes, well, keep it down. This is a family neighborhood. Now, at first, when she said that, I'm a jerk off, so I thought she meant, like, you know, cut it with the fucking arguing. You know, other people live here too. But what Jen pointed out, I think what she actually meant was, she thought that they were having sex. And, I guess Bert was working her fucking hurricane tongue, you know? And she thought that that's what that was. So when she said keep it down, that's a family neighborhood. That's what she meant. Fuck you, bitch. That's what I say. I would have punched that old broad right in her fucking head. And her fucking dog, too. Fuck that shit. Fucking family neighborhood here. Come here, I'll give you a fucking family, you son of a bitch. What, so we're the only ones, huh? You're knocking on everybody else's fucking door and saying that? Motherfucker. That shit made me mad, dude. It's a show. I know. But that shit makes me mad, dude. Like, who fucking says that? Who says that? A fucking asshole says that. That too. Anyway. You know. So, now, Bert put a fucking eye patch on Taylor, dude. This is what happened. Now she's walking around like a pirate, dude. And, you know, just, it's no good. Just falling apart at the fucking seams, right? And now she wants to go outside. Bert's like, dude, you can't. It's fucking freezing. Not the fact that you're purple. It's cold outside. You can't go out there. But I want to go. Well, you can't. You never let me do anything. Yeah. Basically. Right? So they argue. Now, remember I told you about the eyeball falling out of her fucking face earlier? Put a pin in that. I want you to remember that. Fast forward a little bit. Taylor now has, for some reason, resigned herself to be under the bed in one of the rooms. Bert is like, dude, you gotta come out of there. You can't stay under there all the time. It's not healthy. It's no good. You can't do it. And Taylor's like, no, I like it under here. It's dark. Leave me the fuck alone. Bert's like, no, no, no. I say, nay, nay. You're coming out. You're going out. I don't know who you are. Wait. I don't care who you know, who you are, whose clit you're sucking on. You're coming out. Right? And now she starts, Bert is pulling Taylor out from under the bed. Yanking her, dude. Yanking her. Guess what didn't happen? I'll give you 3 guesses and the first 2 don't count. That's right. She's pulling her fucking legs. Like who knows what is she pulling them like? Nothing happens. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought we were being consistent. Especially because later on, what I'm going to get to, really, really pisses me off. Let me just get to it, because we're already over an hour. Holy shit. Alright, well. So, eventually, Bert has to leave and go to work, because who's going to pay the bills for this gigantic fucking house that they live in? Apparently, right? So, while Bert is at work, dude, Taylor has discovered a way to get out of the fucking house. Now, she's walking out in the street, and in the most unnecessary display of fucking gore and sound effects, one of the most blatantly unnecessary examples I've ever seen, she's walking down the road, and for absolutely no reason, the camera cuts to her ankle, and her fucking ankle just snaps in mid-walk. Now, here's why that bothers me. Where is the consistency? So you're telling me Bert can pull this fucking broad out from under a bed using her entire body strength, and her feet don't come flying off, her ankles don't break, but then she later walks down a road that she was already limping in the first place, and now it just happens to snap? And then she's gonna walk on that broken bone the rest of the way to the cemetery, and she finds a dead crow on the way there, which you assume she's gonna reach down and fucking eat, because she must be hungry. She's been, in the house all this time. You gotta hit the drive-thru eventually, right? No. She reaches down, and she just kind of hugs it, and then she holds it to her chest, and then she goes. She walks into a cemetery. She finds a grave, a random grave, I suppose, and starts to dig a hole and bury herself. Jay-Z line. Have to credit the man, It pops in my head every fucking time. Now, Bert has commended the started the search looking for Taylor. Eventually, I guess, why wouldn't you automatically assume she's in the fucking cemetery, right? I don't know, maybe she left her toes along the way. Who fucking knows? Anyway, the Bert comes and grabs Taylor now and drags her home. And, Taylor don't want to go. And Bert's like, fine. We'll do it your way. So now, what has happened, Bert brought Taylor in the basement and chained her up, essentially. What it seems like. Maybe not so much. Chained. I don't know. And then what she does is she goes out into the woods and sets up traps to kill squirrels, birds, other gimmicks, and then she brings those dead animals home. Bert brings them home, gives them to Taylor, like, oh, I got you a gift. She does this with a squirrel. Like, oh, I brought you a new friend, honey. Put a pin in that, please. Hi. Jack again, live in the Birds podcast. Yeah, how's it going? Question. So, the suicide attempts were too much. they put a strain on your relationship, yes? The arguing and fighting is a little bit difficult to handle. And you felt that you didn't want to do it anymore. You told her, like, you know what, sometimes I feel like if you just want to fucking kill yourself, then you should just fucking do it. And I know it's selfish of me, and I'm a terrible person for thinking it. And you do all that, and you say all that. You do all that, and you say all that. But it's not too much to go and get squirrels for your fucking undead wife? You're okay with that. You're okay with that. It's okay. We can go and get squirrels and birds and whatever other shit. That's completely okay. We're fine with that, though. But I don't have the patience to argue with you. The fuck kind of logic is that? I know. She didn't realize until after her girlfriend was already dead that she should just put in the effort no matter what, so now she's doing it because she feels bad that she didn't do it in the first place when she should have. I get it. And I do want to go back into this fucking show because you motherfuckers, man. Why do you preach bullshit to people who already only listen to you? You're never gonna reach a Republican like that. You're only gonna make more. But that's another video. That's a whole nother video for a different thing. Now, Bert goes into the basement with the squirrel and hands it to Taylor and says, I brought you a friend. Now, the house is a fucking mess. Plants and dirt everywhere. I wish I knew the rest of that fucking song, but I don't. You know, Funkmaster Flash just popped into my head. Broken glass everywhere. I can't remember the lyrics of the goddamn song. So, Bert hands her the squirrel, and she's like, I brought Joe a friend. Taylor is using what is left of her forearms, because she don't have hands no more. And she's digging into the basement floor, which I suppose is to make herself a grave. And she throws the squirrel on top of the pile of squirrels and birds that she already has. And Bert lays down in the bed, because there's a bed down there. And she's like, I'm thinking about quitting my job. And I should stop being a white shoe sellout, whatever the fuck that means. Right? And so, they're talking. Well, really, Bert is talking, and Taylor's not listening because she's beyond. It's not even undead Taylor anymore. Like this episode was so on the goddamn nose that it might as well have had Rob Zombie's fucking Living Dead Girl playing the entire fucking time. But yeah, anyway, fucking dude, Bert is like, I'll quit my job, and that way I can spend more time with you, right? What do you think? Let's debate it. Which that's the other thing, too. A debate is a real big thing around here. They met in a debate class. Every issue they have in their relationship, they debate about it. It's how they feel in love, yada, yada, yada. We know the whole fucking deal. Anyway. Doorbell rings. Bert is like, oh shit, I'll be right back. Now, never mind there's a body in the basement. Never mind there's dirt all over the house and plants everywhere, and Bert hasn't showered in who knows how fuck long, right? Open the door. Who is at the door? Take a guess. Who you think? Maybe it's the fucking kid. Of course it's the kid. She's all of, 12 years old, whatever she is. Hey, Mom, yeah, what's going on, dude? Comes in the fucking house, dude. Like, how's it going? I'm coming back from fucking space camp or wherever I was. And, I thought it would be cool to spend 3 days here instead of over one of my friends' houses, whatever. Right? She hugs her mom. She's like, damn, son, you stink. What's up with that? And he's like, oh yeah, been a bit of a mess. Sorry, your undead mom is in the basement, hanging out with squirrels and shit, dude. It happens, So they go in the kitchen, they sit down. The little girl is basically like, so I'm on a debate team and blah, 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 right? They do the whole thing. Now, as Bert is sitting, staring at, oh wait, I skipped the part. Oh, the most important fucking reveal probably. We find out right before she moves Taylor into the basement. We find out that Taylor is like, dude, you left me. I know you, right when she pulls her out from under the bed, Taylor is just looking at Bert and she's going, oh, I know you. I know you. I knew you. I knew you, but you can't be you. We killed you. Then that crow shit. There ain't no coming back. There ain't no coming back. This is a really real world. There ain't no coming back. She looks at Bert and she's like, dude, I know you. I know you. You're the lady who left me in the tub. And Bert's like, nah, dude. I don't know what you're talking about. It wasn't me. You got it? Would they call me in the shower? No, nothing. And then, of course, memory flashback. Bert walks in the bathroom after they had their argument, and it turns out Taylor was actually alive, bleeding out in a tub. That's what happened. And how we know this, because she does this shit with her eyeballs, where she looks over at Bert standing there, and Bert just slowly backs away, dude, and just leaves her in the tub to bleed out and die. Because she was like, dude, I can't take it anymore. She says to the therapist, Bert says to her therapist, because apparently they only give us one therapy session for this one line of dialogue that will be important for this moment in the story. She goes, I know it's terrible of me to say, but sometimes I feel like that if you really want to kill yourself that badly, then why don't you just fucking do it? Because she feels like it's a grab for attention, whatever. But so that's the big reveal, is that Bert left her in the tub to fucking bleed out because she couldn't do it anymore. She couldn't handle the suicide attempts and the mental hospitals and all this shit that comes along with being in a fucking relationship with somebody who is mentally unstable. Now, that's just what it is, dude. I know from personal experience. I've been, I have not been committed. Jen's been committed a few times, dude. Believe me, it's not easy. It's not easy at all. It's really, it's one of the most difficult things that you can do, you could deal with, is, the fucking, it's a horror show, dude. It's a horror show, dude, basically. But when you care about somebody, dude, you don't just, you can't just, when it gets difficult, as badly as I fucking would love to just, walk out and leave. That's not. Loving somebody is not something you can just fucking do when it's easy to do. You have to do it even when you don't want to. Even when you hate this motherfucker for whatever reason. You can't. It's part of the deal, dude. And it's never easy to fucking deal with. And yeah, there are 100 days out of the year where I'm like, fuck this shit. It ain't worth it. But I mean, We've been through a lot, dude. So, you know, I mean, I'm not saying it's healthy. It really isn't, and we're horrible for each other. That's the truth, dude. We are, but you know, we're in it. We're in this together for now. So, you know, I don't take that shit lightly, dude. You know, it's not. I get it. I get it. I do. I understand and fucking relate to those fucking feelings, but you can't. You gotta be decent. You know, you can't do that. You can't just tap out when it fucking. You know what I mean? Like it's just that's. I mean, maybe you have to. I'm not saying stay into some terrible shit. You know, because you feel guilty, but I mean, you know, whatever. Just leave me alone. The point is, dude. While she's talking to her fucking daughter, Bert is looking at her, and she's getting flashbacks in her head of Taylor. Because while she's looking at her, she can see her face, essentially, what this whole thing is. Now, I say all of that to say this. What I took away from this fucking episode, it was basically saying, if you lose somebody to mental illness, well, I took this as, tell the truth, I took this as a bipolar educational lesson for people that might not understand. And I did find it funny that it said that this particular episode would be difficult for sensitive viewers. So apparently my everyday life, for the most part, I mean, I'm not smashing box with another fucking white. I'm not an airbrush white bitch smashing box with another airbrush white bitch trying to get ratings, right? That's not what I'm doing. But still, you know, whatever. I forget the fuck I was going on about. Oh, basically this is what the bipolar is, right? And then. Also, you can't, if you lose somebody that you care about, you can't then allow depression to take over your life. Because I don't think she was really undead at all. I mean, if I had to put two and two together, since the writers didn't want to do it, I have to do it, and I would assume that maybe that first part is true. Maybe she saw that the girl had cut her wrist. Right now, maybe she wasn't still alive. I think maybe that might have been survivor's guilt. But let's just say for the sake of argument that she was alive, but there was never any cops, nobody ever came for the body, none of that. So, I mean, I don't know. Assuming all of that actually fucking happened, you know, I lost it. That's what it was. So the fucking the depression thing. Somebody you care for died. You can't spend the rest of your life in bed, and you have to find a reason to live. Essentially, that's how I took it. That's how I took it. I don't know if that's necessarily true, and I have a serious heat with this fucking, you know, all these. We're only gonna make shows about attractive gay people. That's it. I have heat with that. I mean, I get parts of the overall story, like, as I said, it's not bad. You know, it's not very, you don't often get any commentary on bipolar disorder or depression, suicidal ideation, mutilational tendencies, if that's a fucking word. You know, all that shit is very important. I just feel like they could have accomplished the same thing and just did it in a more regular way, but maybe I'm ignorant to the fact that, maybe people will only watch a show like this if it's two fucking airbrushed white bitches and not a couple of lesbians that actually could represent their fucking community. And I'm not even trying, all I'm saying is if you're gonna do it fucking right. That's all I'm trying to say. If you're gonna fucking do it right. Because all you're doing is creating more Republicans, dude. You do know by, like, trying to be so heavy-handed, you're creating Republicans, dude. But that's a whole different thing. And you're breeding racism, I think, in some ways. To tell you the truth. You're making an unrealistic expectation for people to be accepted. They all don't look like that, dude. Like, what do you do? I know I'm talking about, like, 8 different things right now. But hopefully you get the fucking point of what the hell I was trying to say. So, I mean, overall, I appreciate the subject matter of the episode. I think a lot of it was really fucking heavy-handed and overdone. But that's Hollywood, I suppose. I would suggest maybe if you're into it, take a look. They're all single episodes. This show is like the fucking Twilight Zone, dude. In the sense that it seems like they pick a fucking story and then they tell it, it ends in a shitty manner, and then they move on to the next one. So it's like a shitty 2020 version of the Twilight Zone with updated issues to reflect a part of today's society. I mean, I'm gonna watch the rest of the show just because I want to see what they do. The fucking Pelican. Oh my god. That's a whole nother hour in and of itself, dude. Because this is a live, not live. It's an hour and 30 minutes. Holy shit. This is why I can't do these things by myself. Because this is what happens. I'm going to post this. I'm not going to save it for a podcast. I'm going to post it. And this will be the fucking live, not live. Because I'm not doing one tomorrow. Because tomorrow is Saturday, yeah? Yes. Tomorrow is Saturday. The mental health episode will come out. Because now I'm definitely going to put it out. If for no other reason than from what we just watched last night is even more of a reason to why I should talk about it. So, I'm going to say some things that probably aren't the greatest. But I speak my heart. Alright? What do you want me to do? You want me to lie? Do you want me to lie? I can. But why? You know, it's unfortunate when you realize that it's a fucked up moment when you watch a support system be pulled out from somebody's fucking feet, essentially. But then again, I mean, I'm sure it's easy from an outsider perspective, an outsider looking in. I'm sure anybody could say, well, you know, it's easy for you. You weren't around the entire time from, you know, whatever. Look, dude. It's just listen to the fucking episode and, you know, whatever. But it's something that's got to be talked about. I'm sure it's not fucking great. I actually should listen to it today. I really should. Just to make sure that everything is the way it's supposed to be. Live Not Live, I think, number 45. I'll see you motherfuckers on Monday.